Chosen one, don't scroll. Because in the next few minutes, you'll finally understand why God hid you and what blessing is about to be revealed through your pain. Yes, this message is your sign, the one you prayed for last night. You've been feeling it, haven't you? The silence, the distance, the people who used to care suddenly fading away. It felt like rejection, but heaven calls it redirection. God wasn't punishing you. He was protecting you. If you stay until the end, you'll see why that hidden season was never meant to break you. It was designed to build the voice, the light, and the peace that people are now beginning to notice in you. Because you were never meant to blend in. You were chosen to stand apart. If your spirit feels this truth, comment 777, the angel's confirmation that your new chapter begins now, and subscribe, so heaven can keep speaking through these messages, because, chosen one, your story isn't finished yet. The hidden season. When God pulled you away from everyone. You've noticed it, haven't you? The people who used to call you stopped calling. The friends who once showed up for every milestone slowly disappeared. Even the family that used to check in now barely remembers to ask how you're doing. You've sat in silence, scrolling through old messages, wondering what you did wrong, wondering why God allowed everyone to drift away. But what if I told you that silence wasn't punishment, it was preparation? What if this loneliness isn't a curse, but a sacred classroom where heaven is trying to teach you who you really are? Because, chosen one, there comes a season when God hides you, not to harm you, but to heal you. He removes the noise so you can finally hear his voice. He takes away the crowd so you can remember what it's like to stand with just him. Let me show you something. Jim Carrey, long before he became the man the world laughs with, lived out of a broken-down van with his family. He said there were nights he would just sit, alone, staring at the ceiling, thinking his dream was dead. But that isolation? It was in that quiet that his mind rewired. He found a new sense of imagination, a new voice. And years later, he said, God had to isolate me to rewire me. Or take Oprah. She said once, God can dream a bigger dream than you can dream for yourself. Before she became one of the most influential women in the world, she was fired from her first job as a TV anchor. She said it was humiliating, but looking back, she realized that rejection was the very protection that placed her on the path she was meant for. So maybe this is your season of rewiring. Maybe God has taken you away from the noise because he's trying to rebuild you, piece by piece, heart by heart. You see, when you feel most alone, he's not absent. He's closest. He's pruning you, preparing you, protecting the parts of you that aren't ready to face the world yet. But here's where many people fall short. They panic in the silence. They rush back to the crowd, start filling their days with noise. Endless scrolling, fake smiles, shallow company, just to avoid that ache of loneliness. But you can't heal in the same place that hurt you. You can't hear God's whisper when you keep turning up the volume of the world. You tried to fix loneliness with noise, but noise doesn't fill the soul. It just drowns it. It's like taking a young tree that's just started to grow and pulling it into the hot sun too early. It'll wither, not because it was weak, but because it wasn't ready yet. So if you've been wondering why you feel hidden, why the doors aren't opening, why it seems like everyone moved on without you, remember this: you weren't abandoned. You were being refined. You weren't forgotten. You were being prepared. What you thought was isolation was actually incubation. Heaven hasn't forgotten you, chosen one. It's been building you in silence, shaping your spirit, strengthening your faith, and preparing the world to see who you've become. Because when that cocoon finally opens, when the season of hiding ends, everything changes. And in that next season, you won't have to chase recognition. People will see it. They'll feel it. Because the light that was hidden is about to be revealed. Let's talk about that. The moment when God starts showing you to the world. The revealing season. When God starts showing you to the world, people have started looking at you differently, haven't they? Pause for a moment. You've noticed it. The subtle glances, the longer eye contact, the way someone says, "You look peaceful lately." They can't quite explain it, but you know something inside you has shifted. This is what I call the revealing season. You spent months, maybe years, in silence, when no one called, no one checked in, and you wondered if God had forgotten you. But now, something is different. You're not chasing attention anymore, yet it finds you. You don't have to speak loudly, but when you do, people listen. Because the spotlight doesn't start outside you. It starts from within. Your face, your voice, your presence. Let's take Morgan Freeman, for example. People often say his voice sounds like the voice of God, but it's not just his tone, it's his stillness. He once said that before he speaks a line, he breathes into the silence. That calm presence isn't performance, it's peace. It's the energy of someone who has already met himself in solitude. Or Denzel Washington, one of the most respected men in Hollywood. He once said, "When God's hand is on you, even your walk changes." You can see it. There's a weight, a quiet strength that doesn't need validation. That's the transformation. Not a louder voice, but a deeper one. Not a brighter face, but one that glows from within. When you've gone through the hidden season, you come out carrying light, real light, and people feel it before they understand it. But here's where many people stumble. The moment they feel that divine glow, they rush to prove it. They post more, talk more, try to show the world that they've changed, and that's the trap. They start performing the light instead of embodying it. It's like someone who just recovered from an illness trying to run a marathon the next day. You burn out what was meant to blossom slowly. God doesn't need you to prove the transformation. He needs you to live it. When you're truly aligned, your presence does the talking. Think of a mother who carries peace in her eyes. Suddenly, her kids fight less. The home feels lighter. Or a quiet man in the office. He doesn't say much, but when he does, the room stills. That's divine presence. That's what the world starts to recognize in you. You see, the hiding was never to punish you. It was to prepare you, and to prepare the room before you walk in. The right opportunities are now circling closer. The right people are being positioned. Not because you forced it, but because heaven arranged it. So don't rush. Don't explain yourself to everyone. Just walk in the peace you've been given. And let your energy announce your arrival before you even speak. Because when it's God's timing, you won't need to knock. The doors will already be open. If this message found you, it's not random. You were meant to hear it today. Because heaven's silence was never absence. It was strategy. You'll start to see the signs in conversations, in faces, even in your own reflection. Pay attention. You're not being revealed for fame. You're being revealed for purpose. And that purpose starts now. So as this message settles in your spirit, remember, this is only the beginning. The same voice that guided you here will keep guiding you forward. Heaven never speaks just once. It unfolds piece by piece through signs, whispers, and divine timing. If your heart feels called, stay close. Subscribe to keep walking with the messages meant for you, because the story isn't finished yet, and what comes next might be the confirmation you've been praying for. Stay open. Heaven is still speaking,